So hi, my name is Sarvesh and you're watching D365 Notes. So in last video we have covered about expense management setups where we have discussed about how to create shared category, expense category, how to define workflow and how to create employee and how to map employee on user setting, user and how to create a vendor and how to map a vendor on employee ID. Now today this will be the continuation of that previous video. So today we will be covering about expense report creation along with some of the optional setup which are available in the D365 finance and operation to create expense report. So let's get started. Here now this is my system. I can go to expense management. In expense management, click on setup. We have some optional setups. So here you will see purpose of the expense report. So this is the purpose of expense report. You can create multiple purpose of expense report, for example for conference call, for meeting, for sales, traveling, like that you can mention for your own benefit or own reporting. So using that purposes and that specific optional setups, you can segregate your data of expense. So I have create travel. So for creating any purpose, it is very easy. Just mention that purpose name and click on save. That's it. After that, you can mention your travel location. So travel location, it will be easy for you to track your travel location as well, whatever spend it. So you can use this. So for creating travel location, you can mention the location name. For example, I can mention Noida, then click on save. So this is the creation of purpose. Now let's start with expense report. All the basic setups are completed. We will start with the expense report. For example, there is one employee who is traveling to Jaipur for some work related to office. So for that he was taking one taxi. So for that company work he cannot spend any money for from his own pocket. So for that we have configured our expense management which we have discussed in our last video, so that he can create his expense report. After that he can submit for approval and he can receive the payment. So initially he has paid that amount and now we are processing that same scenario in the system. So let's get started. So for creating expense report, you go to expense management, my expense and expense report. Click on new button. Purpose, you will be mentioning travel, location, Jaipur. I will be clicking on OK. So a new expense report will be created. So here you will see, go to, it is details. You can mention. So let me mention expense category. In my case it is taxi. I will be mentioning, for example, 15,000. By mistake I have mentioned. So let me click on save. It is saying amount is too high. I forget to mention is on the policy. So it is evaluating that policy. So that's why it is throwing an warning on this. So let me mention amount under 2500 and save. Till 2500 it will not give me any error. So if I am mentioning 2501, it is giving me an error. So just keep in mind this thing. So let me mention 2150. I will click on save and it will be, the error will be removed. Now you can go to uh, details, and if you have any receipt for that, you can attach that receipt. Sorry, upload that receipt from here. You can browse that receipt. For example, let me create one. So I have created one image as a receipt. So you will see here I have created this image. You can mention a note. So I will mention anything. I will mention a name like taxi payment. Okay. So document type I will mention image and I can browse and click go to download and open and upload. Now this is uploaded. You can click. So here, if you want to remove or add anything, you can add here. So this is my expense, and I can see information receipt have been attached, and now these are the details. So these are the details. If I want to mention additional information, something like I can mention went to Jaipur for meeting, office meeting. So I can mention additional information as well. Okay, now you can save, and this is the receipt submitted. This you will see an expense category is mentioned, transaction date is mentioned, method of payment is cash, amount, and currency is INR. So we have earlier seen that this whatever policy we have defined, it is working. Now I can save. Similarly, if I have like additional expense also, for example, this is for traveling to Jaipur. For coming back, I can mention any expense, but I will not cover that scenario. I will be taking that simple scenario. Now click on save. After that, you can submit your expense report. So once you click on submit, it will submit it on the workflow which we have created earlier. So this is our expense report. You will see purpose as a travel, location Jaipur. So you can like filter that things out, and you can extract your report as per your requirement. Now let's wait. So I will check the workflow history. Click on view history. So now workflow is not yet started. So let's wait for some time, and we will jump after the workflow is started, and we will see how to approve this expense report. Now the workflow is started, and it is mentioned on my ID, which is Julia's ID. So I will go back, I will refresh this, and you will see workflow. I have approve, reject, and delegate button. So I will approving this expense report, and here you will see attachments. So attachment, you will see the receipt. You can open or remove as per your requirement, but I will be not doing that. Similarly, you can check in this also opening report, and you can check header receipt. So I will close this and go back. So let's see. I have approved. We have only single approval. So let me refresh. Now this expense is processed for payment. So let me go to there. You will see all expense report. So for example, my expense report was submitted using submit button. If I have submitted my workflow using submit button, so it would have went to all, after approval it would have went to all expense report, and here the post button will be enabled. But now my expense report is already posted. I will open this expense report, and you can see the sub ledger entry. So first account is credit debited, which is my meeting expense, and my employee account is debited, which was mentioned on the vendor, which was mentioned on employee. So let me go back. Similarly, I will open that vendor. I will go to accounts payable, all vendors, and you will see transaction for this vendor. So this is the one invoice number. You can see same invoice on expense management. I will show you here on the expense management. Expense report, you can see this same invoice number from this, and we have receipt. So now we can process for payment. So for processing payment, I will go to accounts payable, payments, vendor payments. I will click on a new vendor payment journal, click on vendor payment lines. I will select my employee, click on save button. Now settle transaction is open. So I will click on settle. I will mark my transaction, click OK. I will select a cash account to process this payment. So this is the cash account. I will save and click on post. Now you will see this is posted. But if you see, I will go to all expense reports. You will see processed for payment. If I open this expense report and click on payment, you will see this is invoice and payment status not yet started. But we have made the payment. To reflect that payment here, payment voucher here and payment date here, we need to go to expense management, and in the expense management you will see periodic task. Under the periodic task you have to click on update expense payment information. So click on this, and if you have like a want to run batch for this task, you can run and set the recurrence for 10 minutes or as per your requirement, but I am not running this in batch. I will be mentioning in this simple. So I will click OK. It will take some time. Now it is completed. I will close this. I will refresh this, and my payment date and payment voucher is updated against this invoice. So this is the basic process of expense report creation in D365 we have covered. Now in upcoming episodes we will be covering about cash advance, travel advance, per diem rates. So stay tuned for that. So that's it for today. I will see you in the next video. Till that time, tada, bye bye. See you in the next one.